struggle with talking to people, but I'll do my best. So for those of you who don't know our family, that's the tan hood there, eating all the gummy worms. That's Daniel. I'm Dad. My oldest, Nathaniel, got his driver's license this past week, so honestly, I have no idea where he is right now. And over there on Grandma Cheryl's lap is that cute little girl with the brown curls. That's our Millie. From the moment Millie was born, she was just the sweetest little thing you ever laid your eyes on. She was as happy and as loving as they come. She never gave any trouble to me and Mom. So in the fall of 22, when she started having terrible meltdowns, we really didn't know what was going on. And we didn't notice the limp at first. After a while, Mom took Millie to the urgent care and then was sent to the ER because her leg hurt so bad that she couldn't walk. And the doctor's original theory was that Millie had some sort of leftover virus that was making her joints ache and making her cranky. So they drew some blood and sent the girls home for the evening, and we all kind of went about our day. Then the blood test came back, and then the phone call came. I'll be honest, I don't really remember or understand exactly what the doctor was saying on the phone, but I remember hearing the word oncologist. So for the next couple hours, without really understanding what was going on and probably doing some denying of it too, Mom and I packed the kids in the car, took them to Grandpa's house, and drove Millie to Pittsburgh, where we stayed in a tiny little room in the ER all night, waiting for answers for some specialized blood test that wouldn't be ready till 4 o'clock in the morning. And just after 4 a.m. on October 8th of 2022, the doctor came in and said those words. We had spent most of the night doing the maybe it's Lyme disease thing, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. It wasn't Lyme disease. It wasn't some leftover virus. It was cancer. It was acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And I know a lot of you have been in a scene like that, and you remember it like it was yesterday. And you know that when the doctor says those words, that's when the world just stops. One other thing the doctor said in that moment was that our lives were going to change. And you all know how right she was. We went from gearing up for Halloween to taking turns living with Millie in a hospital room, learning words like high hyperdiploidy and intrathecal and neutropenia. 3 weeks later, we were back home and we began this new changed life. By home, of course, I mean existing at home, in between 2 to 3 times a week trips to Pittsburgh, trying to live and work while reading up on treatments that I couldn't never really pronounce, and I really hope I can forget. Except doxorubicin, I'll always remember doxorubicin. So life became about barely hanging on as best we could while making sure we were doing everything we could to get Millie better. And of course, I'm proud to tell you that Millie got better. After over 2 years of constant chemo and immunotherapy, emergency ambulance rides to Pittsburgh, unplanned hospital stays, blood draws, blood transfusions, who knows how many trips to the ER and how many lumbar puncture tests she had. 2 days after this past Christmas, 812 days after it started, little Millie got to ring the bell. Surviving, it means a lot of different things. What it means to someone who lost their legs in a car accident is different from what it means to a soldier who lost his best friend in a battle. Surviving means something different to a cancer patient from what it does to their family. Now, I can't speak to the former, and I hope to God that to Millie, surviving is just some vague memory of having sleepovers with Mom and Dad in a hotel room or a hospital room full of toys. I can speak to what survival is to me. Living through a child's cancer journey means long stretches of unimaginable fear, punctuated by moments of indescribable joy. Surviving means being hit head-on by a terrible tragedy, getting driven into the ground by it for a while, and then learning to stand up, start pushing back, and once again taking control. The worry that cancer caused took my sense of security. Then it showed me that it's okay to talk about my feelings. The frustration that cancer caused made me feel completely helpless. Then it taught me that it's okay to seek help from others. The stress, well, you know the stress. The stress cancer caused put me into a depression for over a year that made it like hell just to climb out of bed every day. It put my wife in the hospital. Who knows how deeply it terrified my 3 children. It literally tore my family in two. Then it taught me what really matters in this world. And now I'm overflowing with gratitude for the countless blessings in my life and for every moment I get to spend with my loved ones. One other thing the doctor told us that morning was that the cancer family, that's you guys, is not a family you want to be a part of. But once you're in it, you realize you're surrounded by so many wonderful people. And as before, you all know how right she was. So much of the good we dig out of these tragedies is thanks to people who know, people who care, and people who love. And it's folks like you all down here at the center that showed me that surviving wasn't just about getting through it. It was about rebuilding new memories, new friends, new interests, new connections, new self. I never was much of a believer in therapies, and I certainly am not artsy. But my kids, they're not the only ones that throw down their phones and run to the car when it's time for yoga or art class. So much of what I learned about what survival means to me came from you all. And what I'm coming to understand is that survival is not just the idea that we get to wake up tomorrow. It's about waking up to a new sense of gratitude, presence, and love in every single moment we have together on this world. So Millie and all the other survivors, thank you for everything.